and it kind of starts. First of all, I thought about when I first decided to do this. It was back when the most recent news with Kanye West was when he went to the Grammys and what his wife wore, because that was a big topic of discussion. I want to talk a little bit about that, and that's still like the majority of what I was going to mention, since that's what I took note on and I thought about talking about. But since then, only yesterday he decided to raise the bar even higher for how crazy things can get. So I'm going to have to talk about that. But I did want to say about Kanye West in general. I mean, people tell me, or at least it seems like in the media as well, they say all the time that he's canceled or whatever, that he's canceled. I don't know what exactly that means, considering that, I mean, he's still making himself known. He's still going around getting into public controversies and releasing music like nothing happened, and he's collaborating with hype beasts and stuff. So I don't really know what this whole he's canceled talk is about. But this time, though, I mean, I think the stuff he's done, at least when it comes to the Grammys at first, some people might say for any other celebrity that they've gone too far and they might get canceled for this too. Well, for him, it's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, which is not really not listening to brag about it. That's the position he's in. But anyway, this all started when back on Sunday, if I remember correctly, Kanye and his wife, Bianca Sensori, I think is how you say her name correctly. They went to the Grammys, and I didn't think he would get invited to the Grammys, but whatever. Apparently, it can. Like I said, he's not really canceled. Although I do think that I don't know if it was confirmed that he might not have been invited. He just showed up. So okay, whatever. I guess maybe that proves me wrong. But yeah, I didn't think he would still be acknowledged at the Grammys. Let me just put it that way. But no, that's not true apparently. But anyway, his wife just wore a dress that was basically see through, and so yeah, I don't really know how you don't get arrested for public indecency for that. But apparently she beat the system. I don't know. And it also was kind of funny that when I saw the outfit, I saw like 90%. Like when I first looked at it, I was not paying all that close attention. I was actually just watching some Grammys like recap type videos. I don't even know why. I don't care about the Grammys, but and I saw it. And I thought she did just show up naked, but now apparently that's not the case. But I think most people have seen it by now. It's been going around on social media a lot and all that. And it's yeah, there didn't really leave much to the imagination. Let's just leave it that way. Although when I say that the whole I'm surprised you can get arrested for public indecency, I'm not rooting for that. Let me just be clear. I don't root for it because I don't get offended at naked people or whatever. I don't care about that. So I'm not rooting for it, but I'm just saying, at least let's be consistent here. I mean, I'm not saying we should all just go nude all the time, but I don't personally get offended at naked people. I don't even see the point of why we have like public indecency laws, really. But at least be consistent is all I'm saying, because I feel like most other people would get arrested for that. I mean, not Kanye West's wife apparently. That'd be ridiculous to put her behind bars for that, but or fine her for that or whatever. But no, for other people, yeah, that would be a trip to the slammer probably. To answer the question though, apparently, according to the New York Times, the LAPD did not arrest her and isn't going to press charge or anything like that. And they cited a California penal code and said constitutes the exposure laws constitutes the exposure of one's genitals with an intention to arouse, basically. So there's your answer, I guess. I mean, if you just do it as a fashion statement, then it's there you go. I guess it's okay. So she didn't break the law. That means it's totally not weird or crazy or anything like that, right? That it didn't break the law. I don't really see what the point is of what difference it makes. I mean, and yeah, I mean, it was like she didn't go with the intention to arouse or anything, but at the same time, she did go. I mean, with the intention of, or Kanye and her went with the intention of shocking people. I feel like that's pretty clear. So does that not make a difference? And again, I'm not even rooting for her to get arrested or fined or whatever because I don't care. But I just want to know the consistency here. And also, I mean, I don't really see what the whole artsy like appeal of this is. That's the thing about why I don't the Grammys in general. I mean, you could do a whole segment just talk about people's outfits to the Grammys and award shows in general. I mean, people always try to like outdo each other with how artsy they are. And I'm not trying to sound all super trad and like plain and traditional and all that. And well, you need to wear this or else it's not good. I'm not even like that, but I think is what happened to when you just when a celebrity went to an award show, they wore a suit and they wore a dress and that was it. They weren't trying to outdo each other with how cool their outfits looked. I don't know when that started, but it's kind of just getting weird and annoying. I mean, you get to the point where it starts off with Lady Gaga like wearing meat and stuff. That's one thing, and then it goes to the point where Jaden Smith's just wearing like a house statue on his head. It gets to that point and it just gets a bit out of hand. I feel like, but whatever. I guess that's what all these celebrities do now. So to single out Kanye and his wife for it would be a bit unfair. But yeah, I guess again, I don't really get the appeal of wearing a dress like that to expose yourself in the most personal, private way to the whole world. But that's just me. I can't speak for everyone. Although to be more specific, though, they actually just attended the red carpet, and then they skipped the ceremony itself, according to E Online. So I don't know if they just went for the publicity or what. But what the point is of attending a red carpet for an event you don't stay for, I don't know. It's kind of like when people say like you should leave parties early because then it looks like you have better things to do or whatever, and you look cool. Well, yeah, it's one thing to leave the party early. It's another thing to leave before the party even starts. But okay, whatever. I guess that's Kanye's prerogative here. So that's I don't know if that was like his first attempt to get back into acceptance in the mainstream society again or whatever. But for some reason, I guess it kind of worked because that the week from Monday to Thursday, I've seen more people talking about him more than any time in recent memory. I feel like, and very few people were talking about the anti-Semitic stuff he said at that point. So I don't know if that's a win for Kanye that people are talking about him saying, "Oh, he's crazy again," but that's a step up from where he was before. So maybe that is a win for him. I don't know. But the thing is, Kanye is in it so deep, like he's in crap so deep that if people he can just convince people he's a creep and not a Nazi, then that's a win for him. Because that's the part of it I didn't really address earlier, but there's a lot of allegations that he like made her wear that or told her to wear that. He coerced her into it to show that he owns her or whatever. Which again, I wouldn't be surprised considering how Kanye feels about. I mean, just the kind of person he is. Maybe he did. I didn't even address it earlier because I didn't know if there was any truth to that. It was just a rumor people said or what it was. But I mean, I have no problem really believing it. So okay, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he did. Maybe we found the real motive behind the whole thing. There we go. But anyway, but I was thinking before yesterday when I talked about it, it was like, okay, well, the point is, the funny thing about it, the whole thing is, it's crazy that he's doing this kind of stuff. But if he can convince people he's not a Nazi, that's a win for him. Well, he threw that away yesterday when he came back to Twitter after a long time and started tweeting saying that he's a Nazi, implying he owns his wife, talking about hating Jewish people again. He's back on all of that. How he's not going to be silenced anymore. So yeah, he's back on all of that. How Hitler was fresh. Well, there you go, Kanye. You were crawling your way back into mainstream society, and just people. Maybe this was the first step of people talking about you the way you used to be. Because this was kind of old Kanye behavior, back when he was saying, just doing the Taylor Swift award show thing, and when he was just saying crazy, dumb things on Twitter. This was back to old kind of charming moron Kanye. Now he's just back to full on Nazi Kanye. So that's a bit sad that he decided to go back down that route. I guess if he saw 21 Jump Street and made him like Jewish people because of Jonah Hill. I don't know if he saw Get Into the Greek or something and he disliked Jewish people again or what happened with him. But yeah, whatever his opinion on Jewish people being cool, he changed his mind on, I guess. So good to know he's real consistent. But yeah, and he's not going to be censored anymore. So I don't know if that kind of makes me think, did someone tell him to say that the first time? Did someone tell him to say you like Jewish people now because of Jonah Hill? Was that the plan? I mean, it worked in terms of making people think for a while maybe he's not anti-Semitic, but at the same time, it didn't work in terms of now he's just back on it again. So great job with that one. It didn't seem to do that much for him. But yeah, again, though, I'm just saying I don't think it's too early to tell, but again, I don't think he's canceled forever. People act like Kanye is, when he gets canceled, he's done forever. I mean, this has happened before. Let's not forget about that. And he was fine for some reason, even though, frankly, and I'm not even going to advocate for should he be ostracized by society, should we throw him out or whatever. Especially since I don't fall into any of the groups he was attacking or whatever. So I'm not going to be one of the people who says should we forgive him, should we not, or whatever. But I will just say it is kind of crazy that he can say things like that, and there's still a significant portion of people who listen to him and act like it's all good and think we should be able to like listen to his music and judge him as an artist and forget that he's a Nazi. But at the same time, I don't think this is the end of his career. I mean, time will tell, but I mean, he said he's a Nazi before, and he said he sees good things about Hitler. For some reason, people are always just willing to forgive and forget with him, because at the end of the day, remember, he is bipolar and he has autism. And so let's be fair here. He has autism, so and that makes him say these kind of things. So can't you remember all the times where you probably knew autistic people in maybe high school or middle school or in your day-to-day life now? As you know, autistic people are always saying they're Nazis and heiling Hitler and all that. So you can't really blame Kanye for it. They're always doing that. But no, in all seriousness, that's no excuse. And saying that he's autistic and that gives him an excuse to do anything, frankly, is just, if anything, insulting to autistic people who don't do that. But whatever. I guess it might affect. I guess all I can say is I hope Kanye does get some serious help at this point because clearly he needs it. And I also hope that maybe someone can show him 21 Jump Street again and remember what he's throwing away by saying all this.